What's up YouTube, Shamu Aquatics here, bringing you guys another update on my 240 gallon planted aquarium. This is like the most amount of updates I've done in such a short amount of time. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that the tiger barbs did not work out. As per my usual experience with tiger barbs, they were constantly fighting with each other and chasing each other, and I had already had 2 of them die. And then some of the remaining ones looked really stressed out and they were hiding, and I could easily just tell that it was from the constant aggression amongst each other. And then the other thing is, this is actually a first for me when it comes to tiger barbs, because usually tiger barbs were the ones getting their asses kicked when I kept them in the past. But they were nippy. They were nipping at the other fish. Nothing too terrible, but it's still like noticeable, and I was seeing it happen like every 10 minutes or so. And I'm just like, okay, no, I'm not gonna have that happen in here. So I got in there and caught them all except 2 of them, and I took them back to my local fish store. There's still 2 left in here because after I caught most of them, they ended up figuring out what was going on. So they started hiding beneath all of the driftwood and all that stuff in here. So, and I wasn't gonna tear the tank apart just to get 2 remaining tiger barbs out of here. So I'll have to catch those remaining 2 tiger barbs another time. And as you can see, they're chasing each other all over the place. So the fish I replaced them with, for the first time ever, I finally have 5 Congo tetras in my planted aquarium. Never kept these guys before. Now I do have 2 confirmed males, and I hope that the other 3 are females. Now, I know the males have these little trailers on their tail fins, plus the extra long dorsal fin. But even at the fish store, it was still hard to spot out which ones were males and which ones were females, because some of them, I could tell that they were males just with those little trailers on their tails and their dorsal fins nipped off. So hopefully that's not the case with the females that I got. Or the possibility that the females could be juvenile males that haven't fully developed the male characteristics yet. But hopefully it's 3 males and, hopefully it's 3 females and 2 males so far. But starting off with 5 because my track record with tetras hasn't been the best. Like, as you guys know, the Serpe tetras, I would buy like a good group of those, and like half of them would die within the first week. Hopefully the Congo tetras survive. And I'm only starting with 5 because they are expensive, and I don't want to just dump $150 on 10 of them and have them die on me, because then that's money down the toilet, literally. So I'm starting off with 5, and if they all survive for the next 2 weeks, I'll get 4 or 5 more of them. But I do like these guys. They do already look better than they did in the fish store tanks, and they were eating within 2 minutes of being released into the tank. So that's a good sign. They are still pretty shy. They're hanging out in the back mostly. They do bicker amongst each other, which is expected with tetras. And then the other fish. Now, I think the reason my track record with tetras is not the best is because they probably don't like my water. Now, I'm not going to start getting water softeners and RO water and all that crap. If a certain fish doesn't like my water, I just won't buy that fish anymore. Now, the other fish I got, oh boy. is one of my all-time favorite fish. As you guys know, a few months ago, I deported my red-tailed shark out to Maryland, and now Dan from Everyday Fish Keeping has him. And that's because that red-tailed shark was a total douchebag. So let's see if we can find the other new fish I got. There you are. I got an adult rainbow shark. He's about 5 inches long, maybe 5.5. And I can already read your guys' minds. You guys are probably thinking like, oh, dude, you got rid of your tiger bars because you thought they were too nippy and aggressive, and then you went out and got a rainbow shark? Oh my God, that's even worse. That depends. So, it has only been a few hours, and it does look like this rainbow shark has pretty much claimed this area as his spot. And the thing is, if it's just that like territorial, get off my lawn type of aggression, that's no big deal. This is an 8-foot long tank, and it does look like this area, literally from this plant to the corner, is his spot. They have a whole nother 6 feet of space to swim around in. Plus, most of my fish don't really like to hang out over here that much, so if that rainbow shark wants that spot to be his, that's fine. And he doesn't even chase the other fish every single time they come over here. Seems like it's mainly when they go in that cave or under this wood or in that corner. But hopefully I don't end up regretting this. Red-tail sharks and rainbow sharks, you know, same shit, just slightly different colors. But they are my all-time favorite fish. And over the past few months, it has felt like something's been missing in this tank. So I'm giving this another shot. If this rainbow shark ends up becoming one of those assholes that just starts chasing everybody all around the tank whenever he sees them all the time, like becomes a total terrorist of the tank, that's when I'm gonna say, okay, that's it, you're out of here. But so far so good. And luckily rainbow sharks and red-tailed sharks are not that hard to catch, so I can easily just get in there, scoop him out, and get rid of him if he becomes a problem. Now, if he becomes a problem, I'm not going to do what I did with my red-tailed shark and just dump my problems onto Dan. I don't think Dan wants any more sharks. Besides, where would he even put another shark? I don't think he wants another one. But as you can see, that territorial get off my lawn behavior. Now, if that were my red-tailed shark, like you saw that rainbow shark just dart at that rose line. If that were my red-tailed shark, that red-tailed shark would have just chased that rose line clear all the way across the tank. And probably in a full lap in circles around the tank too. Luckily, this is just little darts and dashes. Hopefully it stays that way. It better stay that way. Otherwise, he's getting evicted too. Yeah, Serpae tetras. Surprisingly, I've never had problems with Serpae tetras being nippy, but they always just die, so I'm not getting any more of those either. But Congo tetras, they better survive. And if they do survive over the next couple weeks, I'll get more. Expensive little bastards. Now, still got to get in here sometime and mess with this a little bit more, but I'm too lazy to get in there again. I actually hate rescaping tanks. And probably should get more rainbow fish. Nah, I'll stick with getting more Congo tetras. If the Congo tetras don't survive, I'll have to look into other schooling fish. Just no more barbs. But still got my big ass 6.5-inch roseline shark in here. He's still my favorite fish in the tank. Giant monster. I really hope that they don't all get this big. There's 25 of them in here. Now, back to the rainbow shark. You guys probably did see some like scuffs on him. Now, that's because I have been observing him for the past few weeks in the local fish store, and he was actually living in a tank full of roseline sharks where they sell their roseline sharks out of, and I never saw him chase them, and I would stand there for like 30 minutes at a time watching him because I was tempted. I've been eyeballing him for a while, and I never saw him chase the roseline sharks in that tank, so I decided to give him a chance. But as you can see, he does look a little bit scuffed up, and I believe that the reason is because he didn't have very many places to hide, and his little hiding spot was between this jagged ass rock and a piece of driftwood. So there's no doubt in my mind that he probably scuffed himself up in that little spot. But hopefully he will start to look better over time. He's already pretty much established himself, claimed a territory. Luckily that a territory that the fish don't really use most of the time. But so far, so good. But we will see how things play out. But yeah, that is all for today's update. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Freaking hate that spray bar. Look at all those damn bubbles. And I should probably also stop filming right after I feed the fish, because that also, feeding the fish also clouds up the water a little bit. But anyway, that's all for today's update. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.